Hello my friends, welcome back to Bearski Method. Finally we're getting some snow outside. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you or not, but here it is. Snow. Yeah, about time, right? First days of winter and we're just now getting some snow. Looking forward for the outdoors activities for the canines and whatnot, obviously the kids as well. The build is still there, still coming along. Probably gonna work on the interior, 3D background, since it doesn't look like we're gonna be doing much more of anything outside. And yeah, we got some general maintenance on the tanks, little water and glass cleanup. And this one, I woke up this morning to an odd noise, and of course low level in the tank, so I knew something was up. I had a little leak going on. It leaked into the garage, blah blah blah, nothing new. Again, I got some maintenance to do on this old filter. This is the older ones I have. It actually kind of broke off pieces of it and stuff. So anyway, still here, still working, just needs a little more attention. And yeah, that's it for this Kariba tank, however. Whoa, look at that. Yeah, really overgrown. I have kind of neglected it for a couple of days, maybe more than a couple of days, a week or so, and I wanted to show you what type of maintenance do you have to and how you perform it on such tanks as Piranha tank. So let's get to it. Yep, Piranha Kariba. Wow, yeah, the tank looks bad. I'm gonna clean it up, do flush in, flush out, water change, and then obviously give them some nutrients right after. And today we have an interesting one. We have an interesting feeding episode today. Not going to use live prey or anything like that. Actually, we're gonna use small chicken hearts that I found in a grocery store. I wanted to give you heads up in the winter months that may be harder to source some bait, as I call it. And at that moment or whatever, for a few weeks or so, you can reach into the grocery stores and find some meaty products to tie them over, so to speak. And hearts seem to be one of them. Beef hearts. This time I'm going to throw in some chicken hearts, small guys, all at once. We'll see how that goes. It should be a nice little frenzy, feeding frenzy. We'll get to observe it. So stay tuned, my friends. All right, so the glass looks crazy. What are you gonna do, right? Want to work. Major makeover. Wow, there's a lot of algae build up at the top, which kind of hinders the oxygen exchange, so I'm going to scoop most of it out. Alright, I use this small grain net, little net, real easy to sort of maneuver the surface here. Wow, I think I got most of it, honestly, or as much as I could. Right. Alright, so now we got the close out. There he goes. What I'll do is introduce fresh water. It's well water, so I don't have to deal with any conditioning or anything like that. And then drain this one simultaneously. All right. So now that we have a flow, like I said, of fresh water going in and old water coming out, you're exchanging the water without really doing, the bucket brigades. Sorry if this is too dark. I don't know if it's good lighting or not, but it is what it is. Sorry, my friends. So yeah, just a quick water exchange, and now we get the glass clean up. I got this super duper magnet. Wow, super strong. Stupid strong, as I just call it. And get to clean up this glass here real quick. Whoa. That's it, my friends. I think the glass is perfectly clean. Now we're gonna let it do its thing. 15-20 minutes, that would replenish at least half of the tank in my calculations. You know, how fast it's draining and so forth. Judging by how long it took me to fill out, 5-gallon bucket before I carried it away. So that's how I kind of, figured 120 gallons, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, that's about, 50, 60 gallons. Anyway. All right, so for now, we're gonna let this thing do its thing, change the water, flush in, flush out, easy method. I do have some couple other projects. Like I said, I gotta refill the water on this guy since, I don't know, there's some sort of filter malfunction again. And that will pretty much conclude as far as the maintenance. But don't forget to stick around because we are gonna do quick feeding, not a live feeding. And for those of you who are easy offended, don't need to worry, no graphic content other than a lot of teeth. And I'll put the shirt on too, so stay tuned. However, before I'll do that, I wanted to thank my new subscriber, my new patron. Just, attached it or dropped it in the description. So if you wanna be a part of this adventure and support our, build over here, become a patron or consider becoming a patron. It really helps, great deal. I'm not gonna do the GoFundMe. I think there's way more important things out there in life that you can spend your money on than my little project over here. As far as the patronage thing, it's a few bucks here and there every month that kind of tells me you've been here for a while, you support this, instead of dropping in 50 bucks and then bothering me, hey, how come it isn't built yet, and things like that. So yeah, there comes perks with this type of operations, and I prefer not to ask for too much, So yeah, I appreciate everyone and my new patrons, all of my patrons, for supporting my channel and helping me build this awesome project. Quick check. Yeah, looks like everybody's getting along, just sitting there all huddled up together, sort of, freaking out as the flood is coming over their new environment. So feeding after that and all that, as part of the conditioning that I was talking about, the commotion, my presence here, then met with reward, creates some sort of symbiotic relationship we have in here, meaning they get food, I get cool footage. So try it out. Hey, Chachi. So as I was saying, my friends, we have some work to do ahead of us. Clean up on this tank. We already fed the dogs, so they're just wanting more attention. As far as the adult tank, yeah, there's some problem with the filtration. So my friends, it is kind of an ongoing process. I don't want to, tell you any fibbles that this is all just self-sustainable, self-maintainable. You have to be here. You have to check on it at least every other day, if not daily. And obviously the more intense maintenance, like water changes and so forth, I would say at least monthly. We're gonna hit up the juvenile tank for all the little build up, not too much. Our tank doesn't really build up that much for whatever reason. I think it has something to do with this straw. Gotta be careful putting my hands in there. Look at this. I mean, it's like, whoo, there you go, and then fingertips will be gone. So let's not do that. I'll give you a close-up in a minute, what they are capable of. And obviously, most of you have already seen the hand feeding, which, by the way, made 1.8 million views on Facebook and absolutely no recognition on YouTube. I don't know how that works, but raw hand feeding, in my opinion, is not something you get to see every day. So once again, I don't even have to do much here, but I'm just doing this so they'll keep the mentality of commotion reward sort of going. It's like refreshing their memory, because you see, training has to sort of repeat itself in order to sink in. Kind of like dogs too, repetition, not just one time and done. You got to keep on repeating these exercises, these commands, in order for them to really sink in and become, reliable. All right. I'm not even gonna close the lid. There it is. See, no worries with noise making and stuff like that. They'll figure it out. Noise and all this, the commotion as I call it, is very much part of this ritual that I create. The traffic and everything else in here, you know, signals food later on. So there is no shyness and there's no intimidating, you know, shy, hiding, whatever, freaking out fish. And everybody says, oh, I have to keep the lights down. You know, my fish don't come up to the surface or blah, 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 blah. You know, there's all types of fish, just like there's many different types of dogs. I mean, you could have one pit bull super aggressive or whatever, you know, dominant, and another super shy, like our guy is very, very submissive. So yeah, you know, my friends, you gotta study a little bit about the, not just the nature of the species, but also its nurture, like where it, you know, grows up and what happens, what sort of aspect in life trigger this or that behavior, which usually begins with fight and flight. A lot of people ask, oh, you know, how come you say the fish don't have pain sensor? I never said that. That was a research. Maybe it was, you know, not entire or complete or whatnot, but it definitely sparked up a conversation and made you guys question whether fish do have, you know, pain sensors or not, and why is the fish running if it doesn't feel pain? Well, think about it. Aren't you running when you're scared? You don't have to be already hurt and missing leg for you to decide to take off, right? So stress creates similar sort of fight and flight reaction, response. It's called reflex for a reason, because it kind of takes over you, whether you like it or not. You're gonna run or fight, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? Fight or flight. There's other sort of responses, you know, or whatever, body mechanics, physiological and chemical, which take place, you know, while you're, say, are in danger, or while you're hunting, or you're super excited. You know, you're super excited, adrenaline's flowing in your body and stuff. That's part of, you know, what they experience or live through while they're hunting, which they won't experience any of it if they're simply being fed kibbles and pellets. So use your brains, my friends, and take in the entire picture, because you see, theoretical science is one thing, practical science is a whole nother plane, level, whatever you want to play on. So as long as those together somewhat work, you know, we have some sort of science that we call in general that we can go by. But nevertheless, science is nothing more but a method of discovery. So, all right, this is done here, done over there. Just some water here and there, and we're done. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. I am in the middle of, like, I'm not sure, it's some sort of channel review. I don't know how often that happens to other channels and other creators, but my channel is up for a review again. I did follow up with a late sort of appeal to my age restriction on one of my videos, as you guys have probably already heard about it. Anyway, it sort of really destroyed the health of my channel in general. So what I did is reached out to the YouTube creators to basically give it a thorough overview as a channel as a whole, which I oftentimes urge you guys, whoever is new here, to do it as well, so you get better acquainted with, you know, the entire aspect of this channel, not just a few live feeding videos, which a lot of you get hung up on, and that can't get past it. Anyway, so as I was saying, I asked them for a real thorough review, and I think they're still reviewing it. It's going on 2 weeks. And yeah, now my viewership is suffering a little bit. I'm not sure if that has something to do with it or not. Probably. But yeah, we're gonna wait it out and see what happens. And thank you again for your support, my friends. A lot of your commentaries. If you leave a comment, especially optimistic, positive comment about what we're doing here and blah, 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 the experience you've had here on this channel while viewing, you know, my videos, it really helps to sort of, well, let's just say, give them the the real thing, you know, instead of talking about how some people like, you know, go read the comments is what I asked them to do, and a lot of them, I swear to God, they really make a difference. They really do convince at least some of the, you know, YouTube editors that this isn't just a figment of my imagination. A lot of you guys enjoy this as well and agree with it. So thank you again. All right, my friends, so as I mentioned earlier, we're gonna do some feeding, and not live feeding, but it is raw and uninhibited. From the grocery store, you can find some chicken hearts in this case, and we're gonna drop some into the adult tank as well as the juvenile rescues. Let's see how it goes. Meaty little snacks, huh? All right, let's do it right here. First, we'll deal with the adults. Let them do their thing. So here, I'll grab a few at a time. I'll just drop it in there and see how it goes. Oh, they're coming up. Are they coming up? Oh, they are. Look, look. Little meatsicles flying down. Oh, their nose. Yum yums time. I want them to come up a little bit. They're super splashy and crazy, so. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's super cool. Everybody seems to be just enough for each one of them. I don't know if everyone fed. We'll make sure that everyone does. There's one rolling on the bottom. Maybe a couple more. Yeah, just a quick snack, nothing major. We're not going to overfeed them. And now, let's try the juvenile rescue, see how that goes. They seem to have usually no fear coming up to the surface, so this should be fun. It's back so you guys can see it. Let's start with just one. Ooh, look, just like my fingertip. You know, I accidentally lower it into the water. Oh shoot, I just grabbed it out of my hand. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna drop a few. Oh, there you go. Feeding frenzy. Pretty cool, huh? Just a little bit different than the usual live feeding. And that pretty much is enough for everybody who hasn't gotten any. They did now. All right, well, a few more for the Kariba if you want to follow me real quick. Waters are pretty murky still, but I gotta show you this. Check out this guy's lip. Another fight. Assumed, look at that. Oh, nasty. Nasty bite to the face. But it'll heal, my friends. So anyway, in a minute we'll drop some hearts. All right, a little peace offering. And see if any of them will come up to the front of the glass. Oh, there we go. Nice little chase. I'm not really sure what's going on. There's like this dance. Here. There's some hearts. Here's the injured one, finally getting some. There's one heart left. I'm not sure who's going to take that one. Take the remainder, and it goes for the injured one. Nice. Oh, he's not really too interested. The hearts aren't our favorite, as you could see, but nonetheless. Whoever got some, got some. I even got a little left, these guys, for my batch of sunfish. I don't know, they're not all that great, but one of them is really, really pretty. The glare is terrible, sorry my friends. I want to see what I can get you. Show you what I can. Ooh, here we go. Yum yums. Some crushed heart. I just smash it with my hands, and that seems to be just enough for these guys to get some food. Feasting, feasting. Arr, 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 arr. Pumpkin seed. He's a pretty guy, very pretty. And then there's some other sunfish. Yep, my native tank. Yeah, check it out, my friends. Bit of a casualty this time. It's not the same guy. This was the last guy that got all beat up, bit up. It is what it is, my friends. Piranha life. You win some, you lose some. Hopefully you'll live another day. All right, my friends, thank you so much for stopping in, for visiting, for watching my content. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Marek. Everyone calls me Bearski, and this is my channel, as you have noticed, about the natural order. Let's just leave it at that. Once again, thank you for watching, for supporting my channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, and as always, subscribe. Hope you all enjoy this.